Fellas, I'm not gonna lie to you. The future of the Destiny franchise has me extremely worried. It seems like every day more bad PR and news comes out about Destiny and Bungie, with brand new game-breaking bugs, updates not working like intended, or just flat out not even being added to the game in the first place, more and more content creators and players leaving en masse, Bungie's tone-deaf reassurances to players, and frankly, overall dissatisfaction across almost the entirety of the community, had all but surely brought Destiny to a breaking point. And while there are still people who enjoy the game, which I'm happy for the overwhelming majority of players, the Destiny they once knew and fell in love with is just a husk of its former self. I'm sorry, but how are we supposed to take posts like this seriously, Bungie, when they are predated by terrible updates, or in this case, followed by arguably one of the worst updates in the game's history, somehow even worse than Lightfall? If you go anywhere online now and look up Destiny 2, it's almost non-stop rants complaining about this franchise, with many people expressing genuine concerns that Bungie either will not address or doesn't care to address. People always joke that the real Destiny killer would be Destiny itself, but in reality, Bungie has done nothing but hinder and destroy this game and its reputation. It's gotten so bad that anytime me and my friends, or hell, even random people play a broken game, we will joke and say it's still better than Destiny 2. If that's the first thing that comes to mind when we think of Destiny, then I can only imagine what the general opinion of the overall player base is. And it genuinely makes me upset to see this happen. I have been with this franchise ever since Destiny 1 back in 2014, and I have seen the highest of highs and the lowest of lows and everything in between that this franchise has had to offer. And while I checked out after Final Shape, I do still keep up with Destiny news to see if the game can do a miraculous 180 and turn things around. Because at the end of the day, like many of you, I love this franchise and I only wish for the best of it and for it to succeed. But it's so hard to say anything positive or have anything nice to say when Bungie is constantly shooting themselves in the foot at every single conceivable opportunity, with questionable updates to controversial statements that to this day get turned into memes by everyone in the community. It's gotten so bad that people I know who don't even play Destiny only hear and see negative things about this game. So why would any of them ever want to try this game out with this much disdain around it? It sucks because I used to love Bungie. Hell, I think everyone used to. Even after the mediocre launch of Destiny 1, all the way through Forsaken, I would defend the studio and the developers, and would only push blame to the studio heads. But at what point do we as a community have to say enough is enough? Because we have had multiple different leads, and have had executives be either fired or replaced, and somehow it's gotten worse. Because these people don't know what they're doing at a ground level. No other game, hell, no other franchise in my lifetime has captivated me like Destiny 1 or 2. From the incredibly fluent movement to moment-to-moment gameplay, to having some of the coolest loot to chase and missions to complete, a franchise that showed the entire FPS world that they are the consistent kings of 6-man raids, and no other even come close to it. The amount of memories I've made with randoms as well as my friends can't be overstated. The waiting all day to play the DLC once I got home from school, to the late night raid attempts with randoms and friends, going flawless for the first time, to uncovering a secret that few people know about. The incredible community interactions and the incredible community events like Corridors of Time, which opened up new narratives for people to explore. Waiting for the weekend to attempt going flawless and to get to the lighthouse, and finally making it, earning rewards that a small fraction of the player base would ever dream of getting. Completing your first run of a new raid and being the only member of your team to get a new exotic, and then hopping into Crucible to test it out. Falling in love with your class and all of its subclasses and abilities, constantly claiming that all other classes are inferior to yours, and finally hoping that somehow, some way, the next big adventure of Destiny will be even better than the last. I don't know if the Destiny franchise will ever have that glorious comeback that everyone is hoping for, and I certainly have no faith in current Bungie. I've said it before in my recent videos, and I'll say it again. I genuinely believe Sony has already decided that by the end of the fiscal year, regardless of how Destiny 2 Renegades performs, that Bungie will be axed as a studio, and somebody else will develop the Destiny IP going forward, since Sony now owns the full intellectual rights to the franchise. Most likely some of the talent still left at Bungie, if there is any, will be brought onto this new team with competent leadership, and Destiny can once again rise from the ashes. But only time will tell what the future for this franchise holds in store, and for right now going forward, I'm worried. As I said earlier, no other game I've played has captivated me as much as Destiny, with its incredible gameplay loop that is so addicting and fluent for me. And it sucks that it's being wasted. I can't believe that I live in a timeline where Destiny Rising, the mobile game, has been a complete blast to play, and I've been playing it every night with friends after I get done with the daily grind. And although I hate the fact that it's a mobile game and I wish it was in the mainline franchise, at the very least, I have some faith that another studio could take the reins of Destiny and succeed where Bungie has faltered, if only Sony decides to go down that route. But at this point, I don't think the mainline Destiny games have a future. Well fellas, we've made it to the end of the video. I'm sure like many of you, you absolutely love the Destiny franchise and only wish for it to succeed, but have probably stopped playing due to how bad the game has fallen so far, and I have a feeling it's only going to get worse before it gets better, if it ever does. Let me know down below what are some of your favorite moments from Destiny 1 and 2, and if you have a memory that sticks out with you the most. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, be aware of over-delivery, you're going to create patterns if you do.